Ethan Cole, a quiet human man, arriving at a massive multi-species space station called Orion Haven. Humans are rare here. Many aliens fear or disrespect them. Ethan needs a cheap room. He hides his past and keeps his head down. He rents a small room in an old residential sector. The landlord warns him. Do not ask questions. Do not enter other rooms. And never touch what does not belong to you. Ethan agrees. He just needs a place to survive. Ethan meets his two roommates. Lyra, tall, calm, glowing eyes, bird-like alien race. Vexa, short, sharp-tongued, reptile-like alien woman. Both women react strangely when they learn he is human. They whisper in an alien language when they think he cannot hear. Strange things happen at night. Soft humming sounds. Walls vibrating. Lights flickering when Ethan walks by. Ethan notices. Security drones never come near their room. Other aliens avoid the hallway completely. He overhears someone say, "That apartment should not exist anymore." Lyra secretly watches Ethan while he sleeps. Vexa warns her, "If he finds out, we are all dead." Welcome to my channel Starlight Sci-Fi Stories. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Ethan Cole stood quietly at the edge of Dock 7. The space station Orion Haven was larger than any city he had ever seen on Earth. Metal towers stretched in every direction. Bright alien signs floated in the air. Ships of many shapes and colors came and went without rest. Ethan kept his eyes low. Humans were rare here, and rare usually meant unwanted. He adjusted the small bag on his shoulder. Everything he owned was inside it. Clothes, tools, a data pad, nothing more. He had not come to Orion Haven for adventure. He had come because he had nowhere else to go. Earth was far away. Too far. A mechanical voice echoed across the dock. Residential transport departing in 3 minutes. Ethan stepped forward and joined the line. Around him stood creatures of many kinds, tall ones with glowing skin, short ones with sharp eyes. Some had scales, others had fur. A few did not even look solid. Many of them noticed him. Some stared. Some whispered. One alien pulled its child closer when Ethan passed. He pretended not to see. He always did. The residential sector was older than the rest of the station. The lights were dimmer. The walls were scratched and worn. Pipes ran openly along the ceiling, humming softly. Ethan followed the address on his data pad. Unit 317, shared housing, low cost. That was all he cared about. He stopped in front of a narrow door made of dull gray metal. The number 317 was scratched instead of printed, as if someone had carved it by hand. Ethan hesitated. The hallway was silent. Too silent. No footsteps, no voices. Even the lights seemed weaker here. He raised his hand and knocked. Nothing happened. He knocked again. After a long moment, the door slid open just a little. One large eye stared at him. It was glowing pale blue. "Yes," a calm female voice asked. "I'm here about the room," Ethan said gently. "I answered the listing." The door opened wider. The woman standing there was not human. She was tall and thin. Her skin was smooth and light silver. Feathers ran along her arms and neck like soft armor. Her eyes glowed softly, full of quiet intelligence. She studied Ethan carefully. "A human," she said. Her voice did not carry fear, but it carried caution. "Yes," Ethan replied. "If that's a problem, I can." "No," she said quickly. "It is unexpected." Another voice came from inside the apartment. "Who is it?" the second voice snapped. This one sounded sharp, defensive. The tall woman turned slightly. "A renter." "A what?" the voice said. "You did not tell me." The second woman stepped into view. She was shorter than the first, stronger. Her skin was dark green, covered in fine scales. Her eyes were yellow and narrow like a predator. A thin tail moved behind her slowly. She stared at Ethan. Her gaze was not friendly. "A human," she said flatly. "This is a bad idea." Ethan raised both hands slightly. "I won't cause trouble," he said. "I just need a room, I work, I pay on time, I stay quiet." The two women exchanged a look. A long one. Finally, the tall woman spoke again. "My name is Lyra," she said. "This is Vexa." Vexa crossed her arms. "You should go," Vexa said. "This place is not safe." Ethan met her eyes. "I don't need safe," he said. "I need affordable." Silence filled the hallway. Lyra studied him again, slowly, carefully, as if she was looking for something hidden under his skin. At last she stepped aside. "You may enter," Lyra said. Vexa looked at her sharply. "Lyra." "He will learn the rules," Lyra said. The door closed behind Ethan with a heavy sound. The apartment was small but clean. Simple furniture, low lighting. The air smelled faintly of metal and something unfamiliar. Ethan noticed strange markings on the walls, symbols he did not recognize. "This is your room," Lyra said, pointing to a door on the left. "Kitchen and wash unit are shared." Vexa watched him closely. "There are rules," Vexa said. "Very important rules." Ethan nodded. "I'm listening." "You do not enter our rooms," Vexa continued. "You do not touch our equipment. You do not ask questions about sounds you hear." Ethan blinked. "Sounds." Lyra cut in quickly. "The station is old, pipes, machines." Vexa's tail flicked. "And if something happens?" Ethan asked. "Nothing will happen," Vexa said sharply, "as long as you follow the rules." Ethan nodded again. "I can do that." Lyra handed him a small data chip. "Rent details," she said, "paid weekly." Ethan checked the amount. It was cheap. Too cheap. "I'll take it," he said. Vexa's eyes narrowed. "Then you are a fool," she muttered. That night, Ethan lay awake in his bed. The room was quiet. Too quiet. The air felt heavy. He stared at the ceiling, listening. Then he heard it. A low hum. Deep, slow, like something breathing inside the walls. Ethan sat up. The sound grew louder, then softer, then disappeared. He frowned but lay back down. Old station, he told himself. Still, sleep did not come easily. Days passed. Ethan settled into a routine. He worked repair jobs around the station. He fixed broken panels, old doors, damaged drones. Humans were good with their hands. That was something aliens respected. Slowly, when he returned home each day, Lyra greeted him politely. She asked simple questions. How was work? Was Earth truly covered in water? Did humans really sleep for many hours at once? Ethan answered honestly. Vexa, however, stayed distant. She watched him from across the room, silent, alert, like a guard animal waiting for a mistake. At night, the sounds continued. Humming. Vibrations. Once the floor trembled slightly. Ethan never asked. One evening, Ethan came home with a small bag. What is that? Lyra asked. Food, Ethan said, human food. He cooked quietly in the kitchen. The smell spread through the apartment, warm, rich. Lyra's eyes widened slightly. It smells comforting, she said. Vexa sniffed the air. Strange, she muttered, but not bad. Ethan placed 2 plates on the table. You can try it, he said, if you want. They hesitated. Then Lyra sat. She tasted the food carefully. Her eyes widened. This is very good, she said softly. Vexa tried it next. She said nothing. But she took another bite. Something shifted that night. Just a little. 3 nights later, Ethan woke suddenly. The humming was louder than ever. The walls glowed faintly blue. Ethan sat up, heart pounding. Then he heard voices. Whispering. Lyra's voice. Vexa's voice. Urgent. Afraid. They are searching again, Vexa whispered. He is still here, Lyra replied. We cannot remove him now. He is human, Vexa hissed, if they find him. Ethan stepped out of his room. Both women turned sharply. The humming stopped. What's going on? Ethan asked. Silence. Lyra forced a calm smile. Nothing, she said. Please return to your room. Ethan looked at both of them. For the first time, he felt it clearly. They were afraid. Someone's coming, he said. Vexa stared at him. How do you know? Ethan frowned. I don't know, he said. I just feel it. Suddenly, the apartment door shook. A loud impact. Then another. A mechanical voice echoed outside. Open the door, station security. Vexa cursed softly. Lyra looked at Ethan. Whatever happens, she said quietly, do not interfere. The door burst open. Armed alien enforcers flooded in. Their weapons hummed with power. They scanned the room. Then they saw Ethan. A human, one of them said, interesting. One enforcer raised his weapon. Ethan stepped forward without thinking. Stop, he said. The room seemed to change. The air grew heavy. The lights flickered. The enforcer hesitated. For the first time, fear crossed the alien's face. Vexa stared at Ethan in shock. Lyra whispered softly. Oh no. Before anyone could react, the enforcers backed away. We will return, one said. This is not over. They retreated quickly. The door slammed shut. Silence filled the apartment. Ethan stood breathing hard. What was that? He asked. Lyra looked at the floor. Vexa stared at him like she was seeing him for the first time. You should not be here, Vexa said quietly. Lyra pressed a hidden panel on the wall. The floor trembled. A section of it slid open. Blue light poured out. Something massive rested beneath the apartment. Something ancient. Something powerful. Lyra looked at Ethan. A human was never meant to find this, she said. The light reflected in Ethan's eyes. And the truth waited below. The blue light filled the apartment. Ethan stood frozen at the edge of the open floor, staring down into the hidden space beneath the room. The air felt heavier now, as if the station itself was holding its breath. Below him rested something enormous. Metal plates curved like armor. Strange symbols glowed softly across its surface. Cables as thick as his arm disappeared into the walls. It did not look like a weapon. It looked like a sleeping giant. Ethan swallowed. What is that? He asked quietly. Lyra did not answer right away. Vexa stepped closer to the edge, her face tight with fear and anger. It is the reason this room exists, Vexa said, and the reason we will likely die. Ethan turned to them. You could have told me, he said. His voice was calm but firm. I lived here. I protected this place just now. I deserve the truth. Lyra closed her eyes. Then she nodded. You are right, she said softly. She took a slow breath. Long ago, Lyra began, before this station was built, before most current species reached the stars, the galaxy faced extinction. Ethan listened. There was a force, she continued, a mindless expansion. It consumed systems. Worlds vanished in days. Vexa clenched her fists. Every advanced race fought it, Vexa said, and every advanced race failed. Lyra looked at Ethan. Except one. Ethan frowned. Humans, he asked. Lyra nodded slowly. Yes. Ethan felt a strange chill. That's not possible, he said. Humans were barely spacefaring compared to. You survived, Lyra said, not because you were strongest, but because you adapted faster than anyone else. Vexa stepped in. Humans fought even when defeat was certain, she said. When logic said surrender, humans chose resistance. Lyra continued. Human minds change under pressure. Fear sharpens you, pain focuses you, loss fuels you. Ethan thought of Earth. Of wars, of disasters, of humans rebuilding again and again. We built that weapon together, Lyra said, gesturing downward. Many races contributed knowledge, but only one species could control it. Ethan's heart beat faster. Human neural patterns, Vexa said. Only humans could activate it fully. Ethan looked back at the machine. So why hide it, he asked. Why lock it under an apartment? Lyra's voice dropped. Because when the war ended, humans did not stop. Silence followed. They chased the enemy beyond known space, Lyra said. And when the galaxy saw what humans were capable of when pushed too far, fear replaced gratitude. Vexa's eyes darkened. The Council decided, she said, better to erase humans from galactic history than risk them again. Ethan's fists tightened. They erased us, he asked. They isolated Earth, Lyra said. Cut off travel, destroyed records, humans became a myth. Ethan felt anger rise. But the weapon remained, Vexa said, dormant, waiting, and we were assigned as its guardians. Lyra looked at Ethan with sadness. We never expected a human to appear here, she said. Ethan laughed softly. Looks like I broke your plan, he said. Before either woman could reply, the station shook. A deep vibration ran through the walls. Red warning lights flashed. A siren echoed through the corridor outside. Vexa's eyes widened. They're back, she said, and not just security. Lyra moved quickly to a control panel hidden in the wall. Multiple signals flashed. Her feathers trembled. An invasion fleet, she said, the Karth Dominion. Ethan recognized the name. They're a military empire, he said. No negotiations. They know, Vexa growled. They always know. Another explosion shook the station. This time closer. Ethan felt the floor tremble under his boots. What happens now? He asked. Lyra hesitated. Then she looked at him. The weapon must not fall into their hands, she said, even if it means destroying this sector. Ethan shook his head. There's another option, he said. Both women stared at him. You, Vexa said slowly, are not trained. Ethan stepped closer to the open floor. No, he agreed, but I'm human. The machine reacted. The blue light brightened. A low hum filled the air, deeper than before. Lyra gasped. It senses you, she whispered. Ethan felt something strange in his chest. Not fear. Focus. I won't let them hurt you, he said simply. The apartment door exploded inward. Metal shards flew across the room. Armored soldiers poured in, far more than before. Their armor was black and red. Their weapons glowed hot. One stepped forward. A human, the commander said, so the rumors were true. He raised his weapon. Step away from the device. Ethan did not move. Behind him, the machine awakened. Panels shifted. Symbols changed. The hum grew louder. The soldiers hesitated. Vexa whispered, Ethan. Ethan took another step forward. You want it, he said. You'll have to go through me. The commander laughed. You are one being, he said. We are an empire. Ethan's eyes hardened. So were others, he replied. He reached down. The machine responded instantly. Light wrapped around his arm. Metal flowed upward like liquid. The floor closed beneath his feet as the machine rose. The apartment walls pulled back, revealing the full form of the weapon. It was not a cannon. It was a suit. Armor formed around Ethan's body, locking into place. His vision shifted. Data flooded his mind, but it did not overwhelm him. It felt natural, like remembering something forgotten. Lyra stared in awe. "It chose him," she whispered. Vex's breath caught. "He didn't force it," she said. "It accepted him." The commander stepped back. "Fire," he shouted. Energy blasts struck Ethan. The armor absorbed them. Ethan did not move. He raised one hand. The blast stopped midair, then vanished. Silence followed. Ethan looked at the soldiers. "You should leave," he said calmly. Fear spread through their ranks. They ran. Outside, the station burned. Fires raged. Hull breaches opened into space. Civilians fled in panic. Ethan moved through the corridors, Lyra and Vexa close behind him. The armor moved with him, light and responsive. Enemy ships filled the viewport. Ethan raised his hand. A wave of energy spread outward. The ships froze, then shut down. One by one, they drifted away. The invasion ended without another shot. Later, the station was quiet again. Emergency crews worked to repair the damage. Ethan stood back in the apartment. The armor slowly retracted, returning to the machine beneath the floor. The light faded. Ethan swayed slightly. Lyra caught him. "You okay?" she asked. He nodded. "Just tired," he said. Vexa stared at him. "You could rule," she said. "The galaxy would follow you." Ethan shook his head. "I don't want to rule," he said. "I just want a place to live." Lyra smiled softly. "The galaxy will remember humans now," she said. Ethan looked around the apartment. "I still pay rent," he said. Vexa laughed quietly for the first time. "Fair," she said. Days later, news spread. A human had returned. Empires paused their expansion. Councils delayed their plans. The galaxy watched in silence. And in a small apartment on Orion Haven, a human man shared meals with two alien women. The weapon slept again. But this time it was not alone. Final narration line. The galaxy once erased humanity out of fear. Now it feared them again. Because humans had returned.